Hi everyone, Nick Kratikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and I am so excited about tonight's wreaths. So we haven't designed some kits in a pretty long time. However, the day before we left for Illinois, we did get a huge shipment in of goodies, and I showed you guys some potential kits. So we're going to be designing 2 winter Cardinal wreath kits tonight, and they're going to turn out so pretty. I love the colors, I love every single product we're dealing with, and I think it's just going to look so elegant. So as you come in, as always, if you're watching the replay, be sure to let me know that you're catching the replay. We're going to start with one of the Cardinal wreaths, which is just a beautiful bow surrounded by berries and really pretty greenery. So, yeah, let's get started. The ribbon we're going to use, you guys are buying these like crazy. It's a very pretty 2.5-inch ribbon with the gingham edge. And everything we put in this kit all works together so nicely. I am so stinking excited. So look at that. Hands up, do you love Cardinals as much as I do? Look at that ribbon. Hi, Denise. Isn't that striking? I love the buffalo check edge. So this ribbon has an item number of RG08892. It's a 2.5-inch by 10-yard ribbon. And I'm going to show you guys how to easily take this roll of ribbon, create a traditional bow. Hi, Vicky. Create a traditional bow and make sure that your tails are facing in the same direction. So if we were to pinch this like a traditional tail would be, notice how some of the Cardinals are going downhill and some are going uphill. I'm going to show you guys an easy way of making sure that your printed ribbon is facing up at all times. But before we do that, let's do a quick rundown. As some of you may know, tomorrow we are getting all of our grapevines in. So we have about 1,000 18-inch, 1,000 14-inch. We have ovals, both in 14, 18. We have hearts coming in. We have squares coming in. All sorts of goodies tomorrow. So I'm excited because we're going to be able to do a lot more kits now since we did sell out of grapevines. Hands up if you got your text. If you haven't received your text and you want live notices, make sure to text me. The number is pinned in the description and the comment section, 978-396-9150, so you never miss out on any alerts. You get one of this greenery. The item number for this is PF1643. You get 2 of these, which are some of my all-time favorites. How pretty is that? All of the texture. Each branch is wired with the heavy snow and the glitter. Item number for this one is XX8115. You get 2 of those. Then you get one of these. And, you know, we have a lot of products on this, so we might not use all of them, but I wanted to make sure we have enough in it. Hi, Kathy from Kansas. Welcome. So then you get this ribbon. And I wanted to work in some gingham. So my thought was to work in a 1.5-inch gingham within the bow, but ultimately I decided to work in this beautiful spray. Doesn't that match nicely? So it has some greenery, it's got all of those gingham balls, some berries, and this beautiful white birch stem. So I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up all that well, but the stem is actually a white birch. On top of that, you receive 2 of these berry sprays. These are really pretty. We're going to break those up. 1 might be enough, but you get 2 in the kit anyway. So the item number for this is XX195624. Then we have the eucalyptus. Alex is also in the comments section monitoring, so everybody say hi to Alex right now. We've had a long, eventful day. We sent out about 100, or we packed up about 100 or so of your orders today. Tomorrow we'll be all caught up, which I'm so happy about. This is a beautiful eucalyptus. You get 1 of these, PF1741. And we're going to start with something. Let's start with these beautiful sprays first. So I'm just going to move some of my stuff over. Hey, Carol. Thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate it. And I see your shares going through too. I appreciate that more than you guys will ever know. So for these, I'm going to make it nice and easy. All right? And another heads up too, if any of you ever purchase kits and you want to refer back to these videos, make sure to share it to your timeline. We've been getting some messages lately where some of our customers cannot find the original video. And you guys know we post a lot of videos and photos each day, so it makes it hard for me to even source the videos. So make sure if there's a kit that you're interested in that you post it to your timeline. That way you can refer back to it when your kit arrives. So we'll take the entirety of it and we'll place it up here. Make sure, if you're taking an entire stem like that, make sure you're using enough hot glue. That's what keeps things in place. Come back in with our second. right here. Cut our tag off first. I'm notorious for forgetting my tags. Another cool thing too, which I'm thinking you guys are going to be really happy about, but our new microphone set came in. So I'm using my new microphone. So if you guys can hear me okay, let me know. And this microphone set comes with two. So Alex is going to be able to use the microphone when she records me, which will happen tomorrow night. That way you guys can hear every word that we say. How's that sound? All right, there's our second spray, which we can just pull apart and fluff. Doesn't that look great all on its own? Oh, aloha, Janetta. Thank you for tuning in. So before we work in any more product, I do want to work in our bow. So I'm going to show you guys. You're going to take your tails, cut them however long you would like. We'll cut this piece here. So that's one tail. Now we're going to cut the second tail. If you want to measure it out roughly, you can measure it out roughly. So this is going to pair up as one tail. Let's create our bow before we secure our tails, and I'll show you guys just how easy it is to secure those all together. Take your ribbon. We're going to do a traditional bow today. Oh, this ribbon, you guys. I love this ribbon. Just something about cardinals. I don't know what it is. I just go crazy over them. Maybe because it's red. And it's red and white, which isn't usually my favorite color scheme for Christmas time, especially when it's done in kind of a whimsical fashion, like candy cane themed or candy lane themed. But when we're talking red and white through the use of like cardinals or natural berries and stuff, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So for traditional bows, if you want a more in-depth bow tutorial, you can head over to our Facebook page or our YouTube channel or Instagram. We've been posting our tutorials on Instagram as well. And you can find all of our in-depth bow tutorials. I actually just released one last night. I sent you guys a text. I'm not sure if everybody saw it, but we created some new techniques and some new designs, and we created a couple double bow tutorials in that one video. So I think we did a total of 6 or 7 bows. So I want this bow to be nice and full, so we're probably going to do at least 3 or 4 loops on either side. That's what it looks like with 3. Let's work in a few more. And you should be able to create 2 whole bows at least per roll of ribbon, 10-yard spool. Make that a little bit smaller. So that's 4. Come back in with a 4th loop on this side. And we'll do one more for good measure. I want this bow to be really, really full. Okay. Sounds like a train's outside. Cut your ribbon off. There's our bow in our hands. Quick tip I can give you is to not hold your bow too tight. I'm holding it like an OK sign, and I'm holding it very loose. And I see we're at almost 700 viewers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. All right, here's the trick. Take your tail, make sure that the cardinals are facing up, and then just tuck it behind your hand. So now this one is in the right position. And we'll do the same thing to the other one. So any ribbon with sayings or, snowmen or Santas or whatever you have, just take those tails, cut them individually, and make sure that they're facing the same direction. You're not going to be able to do that if you just take one strip of ribbon like we often do with all of our bows. Flip it over, and look, you have your cardinals facing in the right direction. You are going to want to make sure that you really tighten your pipe cleaner. That's the only time I really add pressure. Then you can take your bow and place it wherever you would like. So I want this bow to be a little bit higher up. That way those beautiful tails with those cardinals can extend well past the wreath. Feed that pipe cleaner through. And secure from behind. Got that side. Got that side. And pull it really, really tight. Come on. There we go. So how was everybody's weekend? Hope you all had a great weekend. We caught up on all orders. We're catching up on all orders. We still have about, I don't know, a decent amount left. But if you got your shipping notification, it's shipping out tomorrow. So me, Yaya, Bella, and Dad have been working, and Alex, of course, overtime, you guys. We've been working like crazy. That way you guys get your products in and you don't have to wait. Pull your loops down. Pull your tails down. And fluff. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Went to a Christmas parade. Oh, you guys, I tell you each and every year that I always want to take some time for myself. But of course, in the business I'm in, you know, this time of year is the busiest, like most businesses. But this year, definitely, I want to see some Christmas lights. Me and Alex, since we were little, have always wanted to go into, you know, the city, New York City, and explore during Christmas time. We're only a few hours away from the city. And every time we go, it doesn't seem like we kind of make it at this time of year, but who knows. So the item number for these berries is XX195624. I gave you that earlier. And you can see all of the contents within the kit's listing. So we'll just separate these, and then we'll work in the rest of our greenery, which we have 2 more types of greenery to add. So I'm just pulling them apart, no real pressure. And this last piece we can snip off. And you still have, look at how much ribbon you have left over. But yeah, I've always wanted to see New York during Christmas time. We've been tons of times, just never at the holidays. And for me to get my holiday fix, I'm very simple. I just want to see the lights. I want to, window shop. And that's pretty much it. Then we can leave. Oh, this Cardinal wreath is going to be so pretty. So, so pretty. I'm already in love with it with 2 products in place. So just take your berries. You get 2 full berry sprays. We'll stick a piece down below. Take another piece and place it on the side. Who else is a Cardinal fan, though? I know I certainly am. So pretty. Should I lift the camera? Or can you guys see me okay? Place some pieces on the inside. Just because they're kind of softened by the bow does not mean you shouldn't work them in. Break down your second spray. Pull it apart. Nelda loves Cardinals. Okay, time to do the same thing up top. And don't forget, any order placed this weekend by midnight will receive 1 free roll of ribbon. We've already sent, in the last few days, a few hundred rolls of ribbon, and we still have tons more. The ribbon we're giving away currently is some spring stuff. I mean, obviously, there's no guarantee that it's spring, but we have tons of Swiss dot ribbon we've been giving away, tons of polka dots, just tons of ribbon in general. Look at that bow. What do you think? Let me just lift the camera ever so slightly. Great work. Thank you, Veronica. Karen says it's fine to me. All right, we'll keep the camera at that angle. So there's 1 almost done kit. Let's work in the rest of the products you receive. You get 1 of these, I believe. Alex might have to double check for me. So while Alex is in the comment section, Alex, you can just pin a comment letting me know if I included 1 of these. PF1643. But I know you get 1 eucalyptus. So we'll snip this down. And this is one of my products, one of my favorite products. The wreath community has seen this tons of times already. They're probably sick of it, but it's so pretty to me. Especially since it's got kind of a dusty color. So one spray, you get 5 stems per spray, and 5 stems is going to be more than enough for this entire design. Take another piece, place it up top. Continue alternating or rotating. All right, let's see if Alex pinned that comment. Beautiful, I love it. Thank you so much. Wow, 2,000 stars. I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you for all the hearts I see coming through, too. All right, so this one. Unless Alex drops a comment down below. Yes, Nick, it's in there. Okay. Wow, you guys get a lot in this kit. Unless the eucalyptus was for the other kit, Alex. Can you let me know? I thought the eucalyptus was in this one, but if it's not, we can just work it out, take it out, and work it in the other one. So, let's see. Unless I'm going crazy. It's been a long day. Thank you, Sheila. So I know this is in it, Alex. But Alex, is the eucalyptus this bigger spray in it? And while she lets me know, we'll work in this greenery because you get this one too. Which is one of my favorites. We don't have much of this left. Alex actually said we need to get more of that because, you know, the 3-4 cases we got was not enough. It's one of my favorites because it just gives such a light look to it. So, just waiting on Alex before we remove the eucalyptus. And this is adding such a nice texture to it. We still have a few berries we're going to work in too. But see how fast simple reeds can turn out? You know, I don't think we ever need to overload reeds. You know, that's just not in me. I have a tough time sticking too much product in. And if I think it's too much, you probably haven't seen it because I like to keep things a little bit simpler. Because something like this, we don't have too many products in. Look at the effect it gives. Let's see. Did I miss Alex's comment? Somebody can let me know. And we'll stick our final piece down below. And I know we have these. So we'll work this in now. Oh, there we go. It went through now, Al. Wow, you guys get a lot of things in this kit. So I'll break down one of these sprays, and that's all we're going to add. Don't need anything else. Snip it here, snip it here. And look at those gingham balls on it. Are those pulling up okay? How perfect is that? Both are in this kit. Thank you, guys. And these have been flying too. I think we have some left. Everything we have in these kits, we do have quantities available outside of the kit, which is really nice. Working a few pieces up top now. Place a piece here, and we can just pull those around the pine cone. So this kit wasn't going to be my favorite, but who knows after we finish the second Cardinal kit. Because the second Cardinal kit has that beautiful sign that you guys have been stocking up on too. But we never know. We might end up liking this one more. Then we just have a few little individual pieces that we'll place on the sides for that cohesive look. We were talking about this in the tutorials we recorded earlier today for the Wreath community. We made a garland. Somebody remind me at the end of this video. If somebody's watching at the end, let me know to show you the garland that we made. But I talked about the importance, regardless of quantities of things you have, the importance of working in things throughout. So if you only have 1 or 2 sprays, that's okay. Just make sure those 1 or 2 sprays really kind of stretches throughout the entire design, inside, outside. Space them further if you have to, but make sure it's not just on one side. So I'm just curling up these tails for the time being so you guys can see the entirety of it. But I think for these tails, I think I'm just going to have them dovetailed and placed on the end, just kind of cascading down below. Okay, that is every single product that was in the kit. We stuffed it full. What do you think? You like that? Oh, thank you guys. Yes, so if you want a free roll of ribbon, all you have to do is place any order. Doesn't matter how much you place an order for, and we will be sure to include a free roll of ribbon in your box as quantities last. So, you know, if we have a lot of orders tonight, we may not have enough ribbon, but when we get some more in, or when I sort through some more baskets at home, we'll start that up again. I love, 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 love the way that turned out. All right, kit number 1 done. Not sure how many we got left, but I think it turned out really pretty. Oh, we had an extra berry. This wasn't even glued on. Second kit. This kit also includes an 18-inch grapevine. And on top of that, you receive one of these berry sprays. Thank you, Hope. I see some of those kits selling out. Thank you guys for your orders. These are new, so these came in Thursday. And look at that. So these are a more economical version of another berry that we had in stock. This doesn't have foliage, whereas the other one did. Item number of EC4063. Yes, 063. Get one of those. You get one of these, which is an item number of PF1643. These, I don't know how many we have left after this weekend. The sign is AP7151 and ready. I know some of you guys have these already coming your way. What do you think? Thank you, Diane. Look at that. Oh, I'm in love with that one. Then you get 2 of these. Another one of my favorite foliages. We used this in the last kit we just made. XX8115. And lastly, you receive one 10-yard by 1.5-inch red velvet. Item number of RL195424. You guys know how much I love my glitter. Look at this. This is what we deal with, but it's okay. We do it for you. First things first, secure our sign. So I'm going to do our sign on the lower right-hand side. So we'll secure it up top and down below. We'll start with our staple gun. This has 1/4-inch staples. The brand is Arrow, both for the staples and the gun. And I don't remember how many times I've told you guys, but regular staples for paper do not work on these thick MDF signs. And all of the signs we currently have in stock, you can use these pipe cleaners and staples on. There's nothing too thin. All right, secure those pipe cleaners around just by twisting them. Oh, I love it. And we'll secure it right about here. So we'll just take those pipe cleaners, feed them through. This kit, under kits at nickseasonaldecor.com, is titled Sign Cardinal Kit, or something along those lines. Alex can post a link for it. And even if you order one kit, or one roll of ribbon, and that's it. You receive a free roll of ribbon. We've been doing 1.5 inch, 2.5 inch, 4 inch. All right. Let's see. We might want to do one more staple there. I'm trying to see how far out I want to stick it. That might be good. So let's see if we can secure it there without it wobbling. Often I get asked, how do I know when I'm done securing my sign? Or how do I know if my sign's secured enough or too tight? And the answer always is you don't want it to really wiggle. And if it wiggles, it's too loose. You know, there really is no way of putting your sign in too tight unless it looks like it's kind of sunk in the design. But with grapevines, that's hard to do. That's more associated with mesh wreaths. Come on, where are you? Okay, sign's in place. Should be able to hold up your grapevine through your sign. Now it's time to come back in with our greenery. So this greenery we can do the same process with. We can just cut off the tag. Hey Brenda, cut off our tag. Cut the stem about 3 inches long, a little bit longer than we typically do with our individual stems, and that's just so we have a wider surface area to put hot glue on and a wider source to poke into the grapevine. Because these sprays aren't super light, they're not super duper heavy, but we're only securing it in one point. There's one piece. You get 2 of them. Cut off the second tag. Dip it in our glue skillet. So how many of you guys have texted us so far? Kind of curious. Are you enjoying it? I don't think I bombard you with too many texts. I don't like to send more than 1 a day, sometimes 2 max a day. And see how easy it is to add greenery in, especially with these greenery sprays or bushes that have multiple textures in it, pine cones, different types of pine, different surface coverage with the snow and the heaviness of it. So whenever you use these, it's a lot easier than having to work in every little rinky-dink stem. All right, time for our bow. So again, a 1.5 inch red velvet, which I think works perfectly with cardinals. And here in Massachusetts, this ribbon, this sign, this wreath would last through April. We have tough winters, and it would just work perfectly. So we'll take a length of tails. These tails we don't need to cut individually. Place them there. And start making your bow. So it looks like I cut through 2 of these pieces. See if that's to my liking, in which it is. I don't think I want a super full bow, but I know I want more than 3 loops. We'll start with those 3, and I'm actually just going to leave that tail there for now. I don't want this to be a perfect traditional bow, so I'm thinking maybe a couple tails sticking out like that might be nice. If we don't like that in the end, we can always remove it. That's 4 loops, 5 loops, 6 loops, and that's 7. So we'll stop at 7. Let's just cut another long tail, or longish tail. Place it in front of your bow, behind your bow, doesn't make a difference. Take your pipe cleaner and secure it. There's our bow. Oh, I think I might like those extra tails sticking out like that. Something different. Securing into the upper left-hand corner. Tighten it. pull apart those loops, dovetail those extra tails. Might just curl these up for the time being. May decide to do something else with them later on. What do you think about that with a couple extra tails? Yay or nay? Something different, right? And of course, once gravity takes hold, you can position it exactly how you'd like. But before we do anything else, we do get one of these bushes of greenery in it. I think this kit is $42 with everything. And always don't forget that we do free shipping over $119. And I don't think I've really said this enough, but we do ship internationally now. Today alone, we shipped 3 orders to Canada. And we're excited to see what other countries we hit. So, of course, customs and shipping isn't the cheapest thing in the world, but if you're not able to source your products within your own country, we have them here, and we would be more than happy to send them to you. And I think I want to save one piece of that juniper and work it between the loops. I don't think we need a super harsh bow tonight. Our final piece up top. Right there. And then for this piece, let's just divide it up. Take one little section, place it on this side of the bow, and another little section underneath the bow. You guys know I love doing that, and see how much that just added by taking that one spray and just adding a little bit inside. Okay. And our final product. Oh my gosh, the amount of glitter on my table. At least it's clear glitter, right? I'm going to look like a werewolf after this. Not a werewolf. What are they? Vampire. I'm going to look like I'm straight out of Twilight. So you get one of these. Gave you the item number before, but if you're just tuning in, EC4063. I wanted to use heavier berries, you know, thicker berries, and I think these ones are actually going to look a lot better because they're not going to take away from the bow or anything else we worked in. So we'll just take them, dip them in our glue skillet, and poke them in. You can also bend them to shape. You can divide them up. These, they're secured to the stem, so if you cut this stem in half, you're not going to lose any berries. We've talked about that in the past. Certain stems you can't divide up because what ends up happening is the stem, the berries, or the greenery, or whatever you're using will slide right off the stem. These are not one of those products. Take another stem, work it underneath, and don't forget, somebody stick around and remind me to show you guys the garland we made tonight. Take a few stems, divide them up in half, and those we can stick around the edges so that we have, you know, kind of that boomerang effect that we love. Then we have a couple more that we might as well work in. Place that piece there. Take another piece and place it on this side. And we'll divide one more up in half. So I'll take this piece. And then I could have sworn I just had another piece. There it is. And our final piece will stick up here. This piece we actually don't need as long, so I'll snip that. take that final little remnant and I'll place it on that side. And there's our second cardinal design for the night. What do you think? I can't wait to take pictures of it. I think that turned out really pretty. So we have this cardinal kit is listed as cardinal sign kit or something like that. And our other cardinal kit is this one. I'm not sure if you guys can see that okay. Look at that one. Look at that bow. You guys have been snagging this ribbon left and right. I feel like a third of the orders that went out today had this ribbon in it. So that's why I wanted to use it tonight and make sure that we were able to create a few kits at least. And this one comes with the white birch buffalo check ball spray, 2 sprays of the berries, 2 sprays of greenery, 1 of the juniper sprays, and 1 of the eucalyptus sprays. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off, take pictures of these, but before I do so, I want to show you guys one thing. Let me take my camera off my mount. Sorry about that. There's this one. There's that one. Show you the garland. Oop, excuse me. Let's move my lights so you get a better visual. See if I can do this with one hand. It's hard to do, you guys. There's that. Make sure it's stable. I'll grab my next light. So here's the newest tutorial for the wreath community. So what I love to do with anything that I create is I always like to go for simplicity, and I like to create things regardless if it's a $200, $300 design. I like to create things as budget friendly as possible to create, and I don't like to overdo my design. So this garland, we just used one of those super duper inexpensive pine bases, as you can see. And we decked it out with these beautiful ornaments. Oh, look at that. We added some fancier greenery. Some very inexpensive magnolia leaves. We have those for like $1.80. These magnolias, these haven't been a hot seller. The indigo blue ones have been. But these we've had for a bit, and I thought they were the perfect addition to this. Some of those large ornaments, some of the cheap ornaments. And I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this on my dining room table. I promised members that. And I'm going to take a picture of it kind of in between my living room and kitchen. How many of you guys have one of those like half walls where the walls only go about halfway? I want to take a picture of that because I think this would look pretty there. Oh, and above my entertainment center. I don't know, so many ideas. But that is another tutorial for the wreath community. And while I was at it, we created another wreath for the wreath community. So this one needs a little bit of fluffing, but we have this leopard sign. We have these really cool felt holly leaves. We used a few balls, like the ball sprays, and these ball sprays have leopard print on it. Then we worked in some velvet and, of course, a leopard ribbon. So I didn't want to overdo it with leopard, and I think we kind of stopped at the perfect point. But yeah, you guys, that is going to conclude tonight's live. We created 2 wreaths, if you're just tuning in. And again, thank you all so much for the likes and shares. I appreciate it. So here's wreath number 1. This is just the Christmas Cardinal bow wreath kit, and then the Cardinal sign kit. So go ahead and place an order, and you'll be able to get a free roll of ribbon up until midnight tonight, or as long as supplies last. We probably have enough for, gosh, I don't know how many rolls left, so I can't make an exact prediction, but that's the garland. So love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you at 7 Eastern for Bodabra. Some of you I'll see at 8 Eastern for our date night in the wreath community. And hopefully, if we're not too pooped, we'll be live again later on. Bye, everyone.